So yeah, it was a great movie. You look gorgeous. I'm loving this hair.
Thank you. Billy Lamore.
Billy Lamore, fabulous. Now, when's the last time you went swimming? Are you going swimming? Like, are you getting the most out of Los Angeles? I need to
Yes.
know. Are you going sunbathing every day?
Well, girl, it's still a little. It's too. The water's too cold, but it will probably be just a few weeks before it'll be hot enough to get in the pool.
Oh, suck a
Well, girl,
suck
I
a
can't
chuck
afford the heat. Yeah, I cannot afford. I was like, don't heat that pool because I don't have $800 a month to pay for it. Yeah, that's a rich person's thing. So it's cold.
It costs that much heat?
Yeah,
Girl, no, leave it cold. Leave it like nature. Nature didn't have no heated pool.
exactly. If I need heat, I'll swim in my fountain.
Sharing her bird baths.
Move over, hummingbird.
Thank you, everyone, for being here on Patreon. It's because of your contributions that I'm able to create this show on a regular basis and pay the people who help me make it. This show is free to watch, but it's not free to put on. So please hit the donate tip button. Hit the donate tip button so we can bring you the very best every single week. We are just about to go live on the main stage, but first, here's a little exclusive interview just for all of you fabulous patrons. Ow! Sherry, okay, real quick, what is the worst meal that you have ever made?
That I've ever made?
Cooked.
True story.
Yeah.
I worked at this restaurant in New York City when I first moved there, and they gave all the employees a huge turkey for Thanksgiving, and I came home, I threw it in the freezer, and I was like, I'm going to make Thanksgiving dinner for the first time in my life. And Jackie Beat was invited, Mario Diaz, all my friends came over. I called my mom that morning, and I said, okay, taught me how to make this turkey. Talk me through it. She said, okay, preheat the oven. I preheated the oven. I said, oh, wait, let me get it out of the freezer. And she was like,
you didn't let the turkey thaw?
Girl, I'd never cooked before. And I said, what? She said, what? I said, it's in the freezer. And she's like, you're not having that turkey for dinner. So then,
not this Thanksgiving.
I was running up and down 9th Avenue on Thanksgiving morning trying to find food to feed my friends. That's a true story.
Oh, girl, what a blunder, girl. That's very funny though.
Yeah.
What type of drag? There's all types of obviously different types of drag performers, especially these days with like the internet and Instagram and everything. There's comedy queens, there's makeup people, there's folks we used to call S&M queens, which is like stand and model. What type of drag performer are you?
Well, I guess I would consider myself a comedy queen and an acting queen. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, look, I'm not a great singer.
Okay.
I sing comedy because I can't sing pretty. I know what I can do and what I can't do.
Well, I know one thing you can do, and I want to know. And I'm not the only one.
Nope, there's
on which
every married man in Burbank knows what I can do.
what continent have you had the best sexual encounters?
Europe.
For real? Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Europe for real. Although
Why?
The largest penis I've ever seen anywhere in the world out of the many that I have seen was on this white farmer motherfucker from New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
New Zealand.
Well, that's not in Europe.
No, that's not in Europe. That was the biggest. And Jackie Beat says the same thing. She's like, "Oh, the biggest penis I've ever seen was in fucking New Zealand." So I don't know what.
Girl, I might be going to Australia next year. Let me tell you.
Girl,
so I got to stop over in New Zealand.
You get a connecting flight through Auckland.
Speaking of flights, you have toured with all of the queens and pretty much everybody that we know and don't know. Can you tell us, please, from the vault, a blind item scandalous story from the road?
I mean, it wouldn't even have to be a blind item. Everything I talk about, everything that I've done. I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
nothing like bad or shocking. There's really not. I mean, I would do a
Mm-hmm.
blind item if there was, but there's nothing that was like,
Okay. Well, tell
ooh.
us a scandalous moment.
Well, probably, certainly the most scandalous traveling I've ever had is with Joey Arias. Certainly, because
Why?
there aren't many people that make me look virginal. You know what I mean? It's like Joey and I have been kicked. Joey and I have been kicked out of places all over Europe, and usually not because of me.
Not kicking these queens out.
Yeah.
Kicking these queens out.
Oh yeah.
That is fabulous. I've traveled with Joey and I was on my best behavior.
Oh.
I didn't know.
Oh, honey. Yeah. Good times.
What is the biggest misconception that you think people have about drag artists that you wish that they knew?
I think it's changed some, but mostly I would say the biggest misconception is, well, I think that before Drag Race, certainly most people did not take drag as a legitimate art form. It was a hobby, art was super easy, it was silly, anybody could do it. And I think there's more respect now, and that it really is considered a legitimate art form, which it is, because most drag queens who are talented are really trained dancers, trained singers, trained actors, trained makeup artists, trained design, whatever it is. You know what I mean? There is real talent. And so that was the biggest misconception for a long time, I think, was that it was not considered a legitimate art form.
And what's your biggest pet peeve? I think I know it, but tell everyone.
I don't know if litter bugs. I mean, that's one of my biggest. If I see someone walking down the street of New York City and throwing trash on the street when there's a trash can on every corner, it really makes my blood boil. But my biggest pet peeve is just like cruelty. I just don't like the ugliness. I have no tolerance for treating people badly.
I feel that. Well, everyone, it's time for me and Sherry to get over to the main stage. Thank you so much for watching. Next week's guest is Sandra Jennings. Make sure you check back so that you can find out what movie we're going to be watching, and we're going to be discussing so that you can ask your questions to Sandra Jennings. That's it. We'll see y'all later. Check us out on the main stage.